Hey YouTubers, parallel police, space detectives and quasi-scientific people who deny everything. Today we're looking at this image. Now this goes right back to something I found years and years ago, and it's from Sol 50, so it's from the very early part of the Curiosity Rover mission. There's the Sol 50 there, 2012, okay? Literally 50 days after it landed on the surface. And I've always been fascinated by Sol 50 because there's so much to see, there's so many things lying around. A lot of these are fossils and weird things lying about. And mostly just rocks, obviously, but in between some of these rocks there's some weird stuff. And because of the sort of orange filter, everything kind of blends together. But if you get rid of that filter, you'll be surprised what you find. Now, before we start, I'll just show you when I first downloaded this find, and it was in April 2013. So literally a few months after that image was taken was when I started doing videos, and I started them in March 2013. I think this was only my 4th video upload. So this video is not great. Some of the finds in it are really interesting, but I wasn't very good at making videos then. And I was over zooming and cropping the images too close, and I was getting far too close to them, and it's difficult to see what you're looking at. So I think I did a remake of this months later. I did one in September, which is much clearer, but there we are. Let's crack on with it. So this was found a long time ago, 6 years ago now, almost to the day. Not quite, but almost. And there we have it. So I'll show you the raw image here. Now the raw image is not great quality, but not terrible either. It's what I would call sort of averagely poor. It's quite well lit, it's not too dark, so that's one plus point of it. It's not too shadowy. It's largely on sort of flat ground here, and we've got sort of rocks lying around. And the thing we're looking for today, the snake, the Sidewinder snake, is a little snake just here. You've got this group of rocks here. You've got a sort of triangular one there. Just above it to the left is right there, okay? So if you download the image from the description below, you can zoom in and have a look, but you're not going to see a lot of detail because this is really tiny, and the image quality is not great. So I very carefully cropped it. This is a new crop and enhancement I've done here. I cropped the image here. You can see the snake there, and I took a crop of that from the raw image and enhanced it, and then overlaid it over the raw image like I've done here. So we've got the image information there, raw clip it says there, we've got enhanced clip it says there underneath that, and the date when I spotted it, which is usually the day before I publish something, is when I spotted it. And you can see, if I zoom in a bit, you can see an eye here. Now this is detail I didn't manage to drag out that well before, but I was a lot more careful this time. And my imaging skills have got somewhat better since then. I'm slightly better at understanding these images and how poor they are. I know how to treat them more carefully and enlarge stuff without losing detail, okay? But the snake comes around like that, it's twisting, comes around like that, and it goes to there, okay? And it's twisted like that. And this is the head. There's the nose there, you can see the eye, and there's the eye there, sorry that was pretty poor, and it's got this kind of dark part here, okay, behind the eye, okay. Now this is very reflective. Now, one thing I did notice about this straight away, even in the original find, was there's light passing underneath it, which means this thing is sidewinding along the surface. In other words, the way it's travelling along the surface is just like a Sidewinder snake like you would get on Earth, say in the desert in the Sahara or somewhere like that. Okay? I'm not sure if they do live in the Sahara, but anyway. It's a snake. Now, I did put this up on Facebook the other day. I've got it here. And I've called it the Mascara Snake because it's got this dark line behind its eye, this dark patch. Living reptile. Dead snakes cannot maintain this Sidewinder posture. It can only be achieved in movement. Now this is a fact. My brother used to keep snakes. He never had a Sidewinder, but he was an expert on reptiles. And we had many in our house. In fact, some of them escaped once, and it was quite a bit of a nightmare. But that's another story. Here's the image here. And incidentally, what's happened with Facebook now is that images no longer have a separate address. When I post a meme on Facebook, I don't know if any of you have noticed this, but you used to get information in this box here, and there would be a separate address for the image, not me. I seem to have been blocked. Now, whether this is just me or just Mars researchers, I don't know, but basically what that means is I can't just share this by copying this address here and then pasting it onto another page, because it doesn't have its own separate address. That's just the page address, okay? There's no separate address for this image. So they've stopped giving addresses to individual memes so that people like me can't share them readily or easily. So that's an issue that people need to be aware of. And this part of the censorship that's going on the internet against various types of people for some reason. Although there's nothing that controversial about a snake, because there's not supposed to be anything on Mars, is there? So if there's no life on Mars, then why would it have to be censored? Yeah, there we are. So that's all I've got to say about this, really. I'm not going to go on and on about it. Let me show you it again. It's blatantly a snake. The question is whether it's alive or not. Now, like I said, if it was a dead snake, how would it maintain that posture? Unless, of course, it was made of gold, and it's in fact a piece of jewellery. That's the only other way I could think. It's very shiny, but some of the other reptiles and things that have been found on the surface are also very shiny. So it's not impossible to say that this is alive, I don't think. We don't know what they breathe. You know, we've been told there's very little oxygen on Mars, 0.2%. But they may not breathe oxygen. We don't know. We don't know what they breathe. So it is possible this is living. But it's also possible it's a piece of jewellery or something like that. There are lots of burial items in this area, and this may have been buried in a burial, like a precious piece of jewellery. There are other things like weapons and helmets and other little figurines and stuff that have been found in the area. So that's not impossible. And in fact, probably more likely than it being alive. But it does have what I would call a living posture. In other words, when you see a dead snake, you never see them like this in a sidewinding posture. They're usually flat dead or coiled up in a sort of death posture. This is not a death posture, okay? And snakes don't die in that posture and stay like it. So something to be considered there. So there we have it. There is also this weird thing in the same image, which looks like a piece of like a cut block with something sticking out the side of it here. I don't know what it is, but it's got this weird eye-shaped thing here. Okay, with like what looks like a darker circular part in the middle there, like an eye. But we've got this part coming off the back here. Now, this may be partly an optical illusion. I think this is part of a rock next to it here, sticking up. It's very straight. Let's go back a little bit. This is very straight. And we've got like an arm that comes around like this, okay? Sticking out there. And there's like another arm or leg kind of thing sticking out here. Looks kind of mechanical. Very odd indeed. It's very straight on top here. A lot straighter than that line was I just drew. And it's very straight here. So this looks like a manufactured object of some sort. But we may be seeing a partial optical illusion here because there's something up against it. We've got a very straight kind of lighter object just here, sticking up. Which comes to sort of down here like that. So partly an illusion? Perhaps, yes. Don't know what it is. Looks like some kind of block. It may have been part of a building, may have been part of an object. But it does have some mechanical kind of attributes to it. There's a sort of circular part there. We've got an arm coming along here, like that. We've got an eye, or what I call an eye, but it's a hole, which is eye-shaped. But when you look at it closely, we've got real eye detail in there. It's really, really strange. Don't know what it is. Leave a comment below if you've got any ideas about that one. Don't know what to call it. I think I showed that in the original video as well. So there we have it. The Mascara Snake Sidewinder on Mars. There it is. And even in the raw image, if you enhance the raw image really carefully and enlarge it and stuff it full of pixels, you can see it. It's not very big. How long is it? Probably from here to here, probably 3 or 4 inches. From there to there, maybe 5 or 6. I think I said it was a lot longer than that in the original video, but I was wrong probably. I used to overestimate the size of everything in these areas, and I've learned my lesson about that. Things are generally less than half the size you think they are in the image, because of the way that the Rover camera works, and it's so high up. It's sort of 7 foot up. It's not. Most people aren't 7 foot tall, so it's difficult to work out the sizes. So there we are. So yeah, is it living? Is it dead, frozen, or is it a piece of jewellery? A nice gold shiny piece of jewellery which may have been worn by somebody. This could be a burial area. I'll just quickly show you the actual whole raw image. I've got an enlarged version of the raw image here. Now all I've done to this is enlarge it, okay? Nothing else has been done to it. You can see the colour hasn't changed. Here's that block thing, just there. And you can see something next to it, and it's got like a square bit sticking out. Really weird. And the snake, as I said, is right down here. You've got the triangular rock near the bottom. It's just next to it there, just above and to the left. That's there. It's not easy to see. How I ever spotted this to start with, I don't know. I think my eyes must have been better then. Maybe I had better glasses then. So there we have it. There are other things in here as well, but most of them are too small and too blurry to really make out. So there we have it. Is it a snake? Is it a piece of jewellery? Is it dead? Is it alive? Don't know. I'm just thinking out loud as usual, as I do on this channel. And incidentally, if you haven't seen it already, do check out ArtAlienTV Mars magazine. Come to this page and join up if you like. I always post my latest finds on here, so you can see them before they go out on YouTube and comment on them and have a look. And there's the free app you get when you join this site. You can download this on your mobile device or onto your laptop and use it to do research. And even if you don't want to do that, it links to loads of really cool stuff, loads of free software and stuff like that, okay? And it's got no adverts on it and no bugs or anything like that, so it will not harm your device. So do check that out if you haven't already, and download it. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon.